What's the Not Your Finest Hour podcast? What is that all? I mean, I've heard stories.
Not Our Finest Hour podcast. One I'll have to check out one of these days when I get a minute to listen to it. I've been told it's not for everyone. I don't know. It's just the general reviews I hear on it, but it has been getting really good reviews.
And I've never personally listened to it, but I have heard it's not for everyone.
I listened to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Just great podcast. I've really enjoyed that.
I'm not endorsing anything. From what I said, from what Caleb told me, he said don't endorse anything unless you listen to it first.
I do once in a while listen in, and it's a lot of fun. But I do got to be careful. It is not for everyone.
Caleb Allman is always dropping notes that it's one of the most value-added shows out there.
Of course, through all the Not Our Finest Hour, you guys poking fun at so much different stuff is absolutely killer.
I don't feel any oppression tonight. In fact, I feel very free. The Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Thanks for being here.
Welcome to the beginning of the podcast, where this week we'll be discussing, I don't know. Mike, what are we discussing?
Did you guys hear the intro music for the first time last week?
Yes, I did.
I did.
How does it transition? Is it good?
Transitions well.
Yeah.
Very well.
I feel like it makes us legitimate. I don't know
Legitimate.
when we're going to be legitimate, but one step closer.
Legitimizing this bitch.
Yeah.
Today, I concluded that my entire existence is building an upside down pyramid, like probably 4 or 5 of them per day in different places. And then someone pulls the bottom out and it all comes crashing down. Then I have to rebuild it quickly on the fly. But that I have like 4 or 5 pyramids going, all upside down, and they're all crashing at different times. And I'm constantly rebuilding them. And that's my whole existence in life, is a million things happening to me that are all bad. And then me figuring out how to end run around them and try to keep everyone happy. And then at some point today, I was like, I feel like this isn't a long-term. I think I can keep doing this long-term.
You can keep doing this long
No, God, no, I can't. I think I can keep doing it long-term. I think I don't know the solution, because I think that's all. It's a lot of stuff that's like, we're 7 days away from having a brand new truck, and Christy's truck absolutely grenaded today. The whole power steering system exploded. The entire underhood of the truck is covered in power steering, both sides of the motor. The power steering fluid was being back pressured out of the reservoir through the breather cap and spraying all over the fucking motor. Plus, it was also pouring out of the steering box side, and the truck was loaded and undrivable. So it had to get towed back to the yard loaded.
Ooh.
Which is super fucking hard on it. And if we were keeping it more than 7 more days, I probably would care. But since I'm not, anyone who listens to the podcast, the truck is a great truck. For sale in 7 days. You want a truck.
Is the power steering problem going to be fixed, or is it?
I have no idea. I think Brad's day grenaded on him too, so he didn't. There's one clamp left on our one bin truck to get it going again, and he didn't make it to the yard to get the clamp on, so I'm assuming his day also went very poorly today. So we're not even 100% sure what's wrong with the truck yet. So when Christy looked at the power steering fluid all over everything and it leaking from everywhere, and said her assessment of the problem was, I'm going to go to the trailer for the week. Call me when the new truck comes.
That's a great thing for her to do. That's what I would ask my employee to do. Like, hey, you want to take a vacation this week? Because what else do you do?
Yeah. And then Don was going to go scrape, because he's hauling asphalt regrind in the morning. So he's just going to scrape his box out with the 8-ton. And, but Christy's truck was parked. When the guy dropped it, he strategically left it near the pile of soil so we could dump the full load into our other existing pile of soil in the yard that's basically from the same situation. I think that happened with Cody's truck and Christy's. So we have this ongoing pile of soil. You should bring the screening bucket down, Chad.
You should.
So I knew Don was going over there. I was like, whoa, bro, don't move Christy's truck, because the drive shaft is laying on the ground. And if you were just moving something in the yard, you might just jump in and start it. And I said, so don't. He's like, really? Fuck. Like, yeah, bro, that's where we're at today.
Damn.
Wow. So Don's better. He healed his chest from lifting the roller backer.
He's all healed up. He's ready to go. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Did he learn
Oh,
his
he was
lesson?
back the next day. He was back the next day. He so what else happened? Oh, we have a concrete sub that we hired to pour some concrete at one of our projects that we're doing. And so amidst all the other stuff, because two of the 5 broker trucks broke down this morning too and didn't show up.
Wow.
So, in the midst of dealing with that, I eventually got into where we're pouring the concrete this morning, and I show up, and the concrete guy is there forming. He's gonna pour, but he's wearing Crocs, and another guy was wearing his helper was wearing dock shoes, like those blue and white shoes you wear
Oh,
when
yeah.
you're got
He
the
was wearing yesterday's shoes today.
captain's hat. Yeah, the captain's hat. You know, you got the whole outfit with the docks. The other one guy's wearing Crocs, one guy's wearing dock shoes, and the other guy had like a pair of slippers with a rubber sole. Like, what? Who the fuck are you people? What are you doing on my job site? Like, this is a pretty chill place, but I'm hoping for work boots and high vis. It's a commercial setting. I'm hoping for work boots and high vis. I got Crocs and deck shoes.
But did you kick them off or did you allow them to finish forming?
No, because I need a fucking concrete board. You know what I did? I said, I'm going to drive away from here and hope that no one says anything about this. Okay, I have to this is one of the brokers. I'm sure he has some tragedy. You guys want to listen to this conversation on the podcast?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, here we go. Hello, Glenn. Hey, buddy. That's okay. How are you looking for tomorrow? Oh, good. Perfect. That's all that really matters, brother. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No problem, brother. Sounds good, man. I just changed your day tomorrow. You're going to Bowmanville. Just it's in the calendar. Just have a look at it. Thanks, buddy. Have a good night, Glenn. Take care. Bye. Blown airbags, baby.
Nice.
Blown airbags.
But he's back in business tomorrow?
He's going to be ready to go. He's a trooper, Glenn. His truck breaks a lot. And it's a Volvo. And the only reason I can fathom for someone to drive a Volvo is because they're supposed to be reliable. But if you have a Volvo and it's not reliable, it seems like a super lose-lose to me.
Is he European?
He is not. He's Jamaican, I think. He is not European. So I'll tell you, he is good at fixing the Volvo, though.
Oh, he's the mechanic and the driver.
He fixes it. Yeah, he does. See, me, I just leave stuff broken in the yard, leaking fluid everywhere until Brad comes. He's the kind of guy that gets up at him and fixes it.
I exploded the carb on my roller packer today.
Oh,
That goddamn, you know, the brake at the back of it? You got to kick it and it engages the brake. Well, that thing's been seized now for months. And someone kicked it the wrong way and it somehow locked it in a way that it'll never unlock now. So we put it in the trailer and put the MT100 behind it, and someone took a sledgehammer and shoved it behind the rollers and said, that'll be good enough. and I drove 20 minutes down the road and heard a bang in the back of the trailer. I'm like, great, this isn't going to be good. Brought it to the site, unloaded the MT. The whole back of the trailer smells like gas. It's like, great, what happened? The roller packer rolled into the back of the MT, obliterated the carburetor. So there's nothing left. And tomorrow we have to sand all day. We have to sand like 1,000 square feet tomorrow. So I took it to the shop, the mechanic or whatever. I said, when can you fix this? They're like, well, if we get you an OEM, it'll be Friday. But if we get you a Chinese one, it'll be Monday. I said, well, what's the good part about having a Chinese one then? He goes, it's cheaper. And I said, no, I get the OEM Honda. Put that thing on. We'll get rolling Friday.
So are you just gonna stop sanding till this is fixed?
No, we're gonna do a throwback to the Matt Packer days.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna borrow a Matt Packer.
I have a video of us putting orange fence on pavers.
Oh yeah.
Orange?
That was
Like
the
a
thing.
snow fence?
Yeah, back in the day, you used to put the snow fence on and then pack on the snow fence.
Yeah.
You never did that?
I guess we could do that. Yeah.
When I was a rep, a guy in December sanded when the pavers were wet because it's December and they're never really dry. And then in order to consolidate, he put the orange snow fence over and then packed the shit out of it and ground the pattern of the snow fence into all the pavers. And then that was my first spring as a rep. So I got a call for a deficiency. I showed up and he's like, yeah, this pattern's all over the pavers. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's like a snow fence. Like I feel like I don't feel like we're responsible for you putting a snow fence on semi-wet Palmeric sand in December and then compacting it over and over again. He felt deeply like we were responsible.
Really?
Wow.
Deeply that we were responsible.
How does something like that end? As a rep?
Poorly for the rep. I don't know, because it's not that one legit had nothing to do with there was the hardscape mentor, someone posted this video. Like 20% of Palmeric sand failures are because of manufacturer defects. I'm like, oh my god. It's like Surebond or Chic Bond or I don't know. It was like 20% were manufacturer.
1 in 5 of your projects will fail because of nothing to do with you.
Maybe it was 9%. It was a lot, regardless. I'm sure if I
20%.
Sure, I'll see if I can look it up.
1 in every 5 of your bags will fail.
My business partner called me last week and he goes, that sand you use, like, do you ever have like massive failures with it? I'm like, not massive, like maybe a couple spots here or there. He goes, a buddy of mine put it in and it never hardened right, and now he's blasting out 30 bags of it. Like, wow.
30 bags.
He's like, you know what could have went wrong? And like, you probably watered it wrong or something.
Oh,
like,
no. 2% of the time. It's a manufacturer.
10 times the amount.
90% of the time, it comes from a lack of water, getting the joints fully saturated. Polysweep, damn good sand. So 2% of the time, 2 out of every 100 bags you do are going to be a fuck show. Even that seems horrible.
If you think about it, 2% of the bags come fucking pre-wet anyway. For some reason on the pallet, you know.
I've never used Polysweep, so I couldn't tell you.
I haven't used it either.
It's fucking damn good sand. That's what they say. Someone says it. When I saw it, I thought it said 20%. Like, wow, that's fucked up. That's so brutally honest. I can't believe someone put that on the internet. It's not a good week unless you can pick on polysand.
That is true.
We don't even really do it in any polysand anymore. I don't remember the last time we even bought it. I guess we have a residential coming up, so I guess we'll be buying some for that. And we have to do it on the, we're laying the tiles on in Mississauga.
Is that the complex patterned one?
Yeah, very complex. Yeah. And it's like all 1% grade to one drain. And it's 3 sheets of foam and then HPB and then like porcelain tiles. It's like, I feel like it's going to be squishy, but.
Does that mean a lot of cuts for the porcelain tile to get that pattern?
I think Jordan figured it out to be 263 cuts when we priced it. Like he did the math on it. It is 4,000 square feet though, so.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a bit more than 4,000. So I mean I guess it's relative to the amount of cutting you do. So the problem with that place is it's a golf club and all the people who are like members of the board are like watching what's going on and commenting on it. And it creates this like huge whirlwind of shit. I'm like, these people don't know anything. The fuck are they talking about? But because they're, and I get it. I guess they're important at the golf club. They're just not important to me. I don't give a fuck about them at all. But they think I should, which I guess is the disconnect that I don't. Because everyone keeps trying to like give me some kind of high pressure tactics. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. This is ultra complex and really shit. And we're going to take our time and do it right once. And I've had, I don't know, like 5 phone calls regarding the situation and they all have the same conclusion and me going, yeah, I don't care. This is what we're going to do. Yeah, but like, again, I don't, I'm 50. I've been doing this for 37 years now. The chances of you pushing me around are pretty slim. Because no matter what happens, another day will come. And someone else will call me. We did close a job today.
Nice.
Yeah. Closed a nice job. We only had to drop like 1/3 of the price to get it. So that was good.
Commercial.
At least you didn't have to drop half, So.
Was that 1/3 in cash rebate or how
was
was
all
that
cash
1/3?
It was all fucking cash rebate. All cash rebate. All of it. Was it just one big $10,000 cash rebate? It was actually more than a third. It wasn't half. It was more than a third.
Is that starting soon then? Is that to get in the schedule and start?
Yeah, it's getting in the schedule and then we'll do it. Then we'll go to the residential and then hopefully by then we'll have some other stuff closed, some other stuff happening. We have so much work priced and then so much sort of in the air that we could be super fucked in the fall or we could be gone. I guess that's, yeah. But hopefully we're super fucked. No matter what, it's going to be a fuck show. There is
when you guys price a whole bunch of commercial work and it all comes in and you get it, like have you guys ever had that problem? And do you just say no to the ones that you don't want, even though they've already said, yeah, you got the job?
You can't.
You can't, eh?
No.
Oh, we just
find someone to do it. Find some way to do it.
Yeah, or
why can't you though? Is it relationship
or
is
it
like you actually can't?
No, you could just tell someone to bounce on it.
Yeah.
If you don't have a signed PO, there's nothing, no contract or anything, right? But do you want to burn that bridge?
Right. That's why.
Like, if you priced it with the understanding that you were going to do it if you got it, then it comes along and you're like, nope. And they have to go with the next bid. Well, they're losing money probably because they're not using your low bid price. So they're going to be pissed off, right?
Yeah.
And then good luck getting that relationship back.
I guess it would depend on if you want that relationship.
Yeah. Well, here there's only so many GCs that you can work with, so
that's true.
Try and play nice. We try and accommodate.
Whenever we got, like, that hasn't happened to me. I guess it's happened to me in the last 5 years, but when it used to happen to us, when we would just count on everything not being ready.
Oh yeah.
No one's shit is ever ready when they say it will be. And then
Yeah.
so if you close a whole bunch of work that's supposed to start in November, say you close 7 jobs for November, you'll be lucky if one fucking job starts in November.
Yeah. True.
Like it just keep
That
taking
seems
it.
so tough for scheduling. I don't know how you guys.
You got to have, if you want to
You-
run like 2 or 3 crews, you got to have like 17 jobs on the board.
Right.
Yeah. You do.
And then just hope that a whole bunch of jobs don't just come in at once.
Yeah.
It's rare that everything
Yeah.
comes in at once, you know. Like they'll give you a little bit of a heads up. They're not going to call you and say like, "Hey, you got to be here tomorrow," or "You got to be here next week."
Hmm.
Or if they do, you can give them some grief back. Be like, "Hey, come on now. This is a $300,000 project. You can't expect me to be there next week. Where was my call last month?" You know.
Gotcha.
And then so you buy yourself a week by doing that, or 2 weeks by doing that, you know. And then you have a site visit and you start picking out things that aren't ready for you and using them as excuses, right? So, oh, this has to be done before the drainage guys have to come in and do that before we can get in here and do this. And like the wheels are spinning and you're buying yourself some time with everything. Oh, the eaves troughs aren't on. We can't do the topsoil, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a game. And then sometimes they care, sometimes they don't care. The GCs just want to go back and tell the client, "Oh, well, we can't start the landscaping until the eaves trough guys have been here, and we scheduled them 3 weeks ago, but they're still 2 weeks out," and it's just a fucking talking game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You get used to too, like not controlling anything.
Yeah.
Like you're not in control of anything. Right? Like we got the job 25 days late, 24 days late compared to when we were supposed to start it. Which is fine. I don't care. Like life shit happens. And then within us being there and then we were there on Wednesday, and then we had to wait. The decision on how to use the tile spacers didn't come down until Thursday night the Thursday afternoon at 2:30, because no one knew exactly what we were supposed to be doing with them. And then we worked Friday, and then there was a long weekend, and then today we got like blamed for delaying the railing guy. Been there for like 2 days, man. Like, I don't got here 24 days late. No one would make a decision on how we were using the tile spacers or even what kind we were using. And then we worked on Friday and then somehow got the blame for the railing guy not being able to do the railings. And I'm like, I don't see how any of, and then I was like, whatever, man. I got big shoulders. It's clearly my fault. So I'm sending Chad will appreciate this. I'm sending Jack out there to build a schedule with the client. I sent them a group text and said, "Hey, I'm sending my estimator/project manager out tomorrow to build a schedule for this project, so we don't incur any more problems where we're like delaying the railing guy after 48 hours being on site." And they were like, "Oh, great, that'll be awesome." And I'm like, "You guys don't understand what's about to happen to you.
You're about to get jacked.
You're about to get fucking jacked. You are about to get absolutely, your world is about to get fucking rocked when it comes to scheduling and graphs and charts and like question this. You are about to get
letters. Oh my god.
Whatever the I'm like, you are about, you don't know, because Jack's partially an expert at that because the one general that we work for is insane about their scheduling. And he's just a super smart guy, but like there's gonna be, you guys have opened up a world of hurt for yourselves here that but you know, I probably would have been different about it before, but now I'm kind of like, whatever.
Well,
Like
Jack's the man.
you can't. Now I just say, like all day today, I was like, well, that happened, so let's move forward. Well, that happened. Let's move forward. Oh, that happened too. Let's move forward. And then I just keep going because I don't know exactly what else to do. Today was a tough day for some reason.
Has Jack gotten more people reach out to him from you guys?
I don't know. He's got a pretty good base of clients.
Oh,
Yeah,
does he?
someone from my neck of the woods reached out. I don't know where that went, though. So
And if you're not using Jack's services and you're a small landscaping company, you're insane. Like a small commercial landscaping company.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's great.
That's my.
You know how I was talking about how the landscaper always gets fucked on pool installs?
That's the truth.
So we were backfilling our landscape area, and in our scope is creating the base for the pool shed, which is not a shed, but like a mobile home sized pad of like 50 feet by 9 feet or something like that. And we ran the pool lines in a 4-inch conduit just because we were driving over them and I didn't want them to break, right? And packing them with clear and all that shit. So we put them in a 4-inch conduit. And at the end of the day, I got a text from the client. Nobody put the lighting line in conduit. And he was freaking out. He's like, we're hand digging it now to put that lighting line in conduit. If it breaks, it'll never be able to be changed. I'm like, well, whose responsibility is this? Like, it's not my pool. It's not my lights for the pool. Like, how much do I have to have foresight for every other trade or everybody else in here? Am I wrong to
No,
No.
I would
like
text that guy back and said someone should have made me aware.
like it just does the ground have to go in a conduit too? Because
No,
there was the returns and then the pool light and then a water line with a heat trace on it, and all this shit has to go under the slab that I'm building a base for. And now I feel like the asshole because I didn't put one of them in conduits.
why is any of it your responsibility?
Well, I don't know. Right. And it's
I mean,
one of
the
those
pool guy was like, landscaper will bury that stuff.
I know I give the pool guy 3 or 4 pools a year. I've done more pool surrounds, exponentially more pool surrounds than I've ever done driveways. I've done one driveway in my career. I've probably
Really?
done 50 pool surrounds. Yeah.
Wow.
No one will give me a driveway. Nobody.
Huh. Are there a lot of interlock driveways in Cornwall?
No.
No.
But of all the ones that there are, I have priced absolutely none of them.
Oh,
So, and I'm bidding low 20s. So, I mean, now's a great time to get an interlock driveway. No,
Low 20s are death.
low 20s are death. Death to the business.
Do you guys have like people that you've never communicated with that just send you reels?
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like I should respond, but then I don't.
I think a lot of them are just tagging you and it gets sent to you, even though it says sent to reel. At least that's in my situation. So if they're not actually sending it to me, they're just tagging me in it.
What did you guys do for Canada Day?
We worked.
Worked.
Everybody on the crew asked to work.
Asked to work.
They said, "Are we working?" I said, "It's up to you. It's completely up to you guys whether you want to work or not." And they said, "We'll work." Every one of them said they would work. So they're not happy with the current system in Canada anyway, so they had nothing to celebrate either.
I celebrated with a traditional Canadian shawarma.
Nice.
What's a Canadian shawarma?
Traditional shawarma. Made in Canada.
Everywhere I go, there's a shawarma shop now, so I feel like that's the way now. You have a shawarma.
I love shawarma.
Not a huge shawarma guy.
And then you celebrated Canada Day with the shawarma.
I didn't. I was just joking.
Okay.
There's just a lot of shawarma shops now.
Yeah.
Like there's a huge influx. Like there's 2 plazas across the street from each other, and in those 2 plazas, there's 4 shawarma shops. I'm like, how much shawarma are we eating here?
Obviously enough to facilitate 2
guess.
shawarma shops.
Yeah.
Shawarma shops. Say that 5 times fast.
Chad, when you went out around Laurier, what did you eat? Did you go to Burrito Boys? Was that there when you?
Yeah, they had just built that.
Yeah.
Before there was a place called Macdonell Village. Remember that one, or are you too young for
No,
that?
I don't
That
know
burnt
that.
down, I'm pretty sure.
Oh no.
Yeah, that place was fucking wicked. After the bar, that place was packed.
Oh yeah.
Every night, yeah, like lines out the door down the road. Like, yeah, that was good. That was a hot minute ago. Holy cow.
A hot minute.
A hot minute.
I just saw that because there's shawarma place right across there. But before shawarmas were hot, it was burritos.
It was. You're right.
And burritos went everywhere.
5 years ago, I was having a great Canadian burrito on Canada Day.
And then before burritos, it was Subways or Subs.
Subs, yeah.
Yeah.
Quiznos. What happened to that place?
Subway. Yeah.
Mismanagement. It's sort of like Red Lobster. Have you ever read the story of Red Lobster?
No.
How first some company bought it and then took all the real estate and then sold the real estate back to the restaurants or something. And then they sold half the company to some shrimp company. And then that shrimp company created Endless Shrimp. And then because it was bankrupting the Red Lobsters, but they were selling a lot of shrimp. So they like literally Endless Shrimped the fucking Red Lobster into bankruptcy because of the land deal and the shrimp company owning it. And then they parted out all the parts of it and made millions off it.
Nice.
It's a whole thing. It's like the destruction of an incredibly profitable chain in like less than 3 years or something, because they got bought by a venture capitalist company, right? So they find ways to extract the most money out of it. They don't care whether it's profitable anymore. But yeah, they literally sold it to some shrimp company in Taiwan or something. And they fucking created Endless Shrimp. Then the shrimp company was just pumping shrimp through the Red Lobsters, charging them out the ass till they bankrupted them.
Nice.
Like a whole thing.
Perfect.
Mike's looking it up.
No, I was actually, you sparked why Target didn't make it in Canada. There's a good story about that too.
We had a Target distribution center.
Did you?
In Cornwall, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Didn't last long.
If you quit the Walmart distribution center to go to the Target for that buck an hour, you fucked yourself.
Yeah.
You were going back to that Walmart distribution center on a discount.
Yeah. I don't have to take you back. Your only other option is Shoppers Drug Mart distribution center.
There's a Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah.
Did you get any questions, Mike?
I got a bit, yeah.
Oh.
Are we already at that time?
No, I was just wondering because I was looking at the story while Chad was talking about the Shoppers Drug Mart.
I had a client call me or text me on Saturday morning, first thing, 8:00. He wanted to talk about pricing on a job that he'd already given me. And I didn't respond. And that I don't want to have to deal with this until Tuesday. So I didn't respond. This morning comes around, send the guy a text, hey, give me a call. He had went through my quotes and he'd realized that if I were to reduce my labor cost, he might be able to afford a wall made out of Raffinado steps instead of Permacon Grande wall. He's like, is there any way we could do that? I said, there's absolutely no way that we can do that. There's absolutely no way we can reduce the cost of the labor on the project. I already don't want to do it for the price that I quoted you.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I did. I'm like, this guy, he calls just to talk, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't.
You got a friend.
I don't need a friend. I don't want a friend. That's just, I don't know. And now I'm dreading doing the whole job, right? Like, because he didn't get the product that he wanted to get. He didn't get the price that he wanted to get. At the driveway wall, who wants a fucking driveway wall? There's nothing good that can come out of this. I feel like he'll be there and he'll talk while we're doing the install, and we have to boogie because there's not enough money on it to sit around and talk. So, I don't know.
Will you guys ever? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Would you guys ever install a wall following the slope of the driveway?
No.
What if it's just 2 courses, base course and a top course?
So I did in an infamous YouTube video that you played on this podcast.
Oh, did you?
That's what we were doing, and that's why I think in the video they say, "Have you installed it?" I'm like, "Is this how you install a wall?" And I'm like, "This is how someone would do it."
That's right.
Someone might do it like this, not me, but someone. Seems like it's okay. I bumped into the guy who got me that TV opportunity at at the event that I met you at, the porcelain tile event.
Oh,
he was there. I brought up the fact that you had dug that out of the archive.
Yeah, and what did he say?
Send me the link. And then, probably like 3 days later, he texted me and said, I'm looking to scale a business. I've got the hardscape manufacturers on board. I want you to partner with me." And I said, "I'm not interested in any more businesses. Not 100% sure I want the business that I have." And he said, "I think it's a tremendous opportunity. I've got people on board. We just need to scale it. We need someone. I think you'd be an amazing help for this." And I said, again, respectfully, I don't think at this current time I'd be a good partner to anyone.
Do you know what the business opportunity was?
I didn't
or
ask,
did you just,
'cause I
you
didn't
even
care.
ask?
It may have had something to do with diamond blades and a sea can. I don't know.
Was this the same guy?
Same guy.
Okay.
I was like, man, I think I'm going to be a horrible partner for you. Oh, Chad's gone.
Chad left. I heard him say, "Uh-oh," and it looked like he froze.
Oh, that's not good. Maybe he'll log back in.
Yeah, he should log back.
Now it's just me and you holding down the fort.
Yeah, what do I do? What do we do with our hands?
I don't know. What's going to happen now? This has always been you who disappears.
I know.
It's never been Chad. I guess
sometimes it's you.
Yeah. I don't remember it ever being Chad.
So do you have another TV opportunity coming up? Is that no conversation?
I've got 50 episodes on our YouTube.
I've been watching them.
So I like, not that I'm picking on the low hanging fruit here, but you were like, yeah, this guy Victory Concrete makes these videos and it's just wearing a GoPro on his head, wandering around.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. But I hadn't really watched any of his videos. So I thought, well, I've been watching some how to grow your YouTube channel videos, which mostly all seem like a scam. But one of them is like, watch what people are doing in your niche.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I'm going to watch some of this guy's videos. But I started watching some of this guy's videos and they are heavily edited. a lot of fast forward motions. Like there is a lot of editing going into that dude's videos, like a lot of work. I thought, hey, Mike, this is not what you sold it as. This guy has got 5 or 6 cameras. He's recording everything. He's got like things speeding up, things going down, people dropping saws in slow motion. I've got Norton screaming in the background about how it's all crepe money. Like, I don't have any of that shit. Although our viewership does seem to be on the rise. So maybe people do like the total fuck show that is the Paper King YouTube channel. It is. There's a video on, I don't know if it's, I pre-published them all this week. But in one of them, I forgot, like the guy, I was talking to Jack about some job in his car, in the trunk of his car. We're like reviewing some job. And then Chris called me to scream at me about the dump trucks. And I'm fucking screaming at Chris about the dump trucks.
I watched that one just now.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
And then every once in a while, your videos still freeze. And there was one where one of your guys were doing an excavator trying to peel up the sidewalk. Yeah. And you're hoping to get that in one shot. And just as he's about to, it looks like he's going to get it, it freezes. And then that's the end of the video. It freezes for like 20 seconds. I'm like, did he get it? Like, so
I was talking to Nate, my stepson, and he said, you know, you need like a crescendo or like what happens in the videos? I'm like, I don't know. The camera just shuts off or dies. It's like, it's supposed to be like an ending, man. Like you need a beginning and an ending and a problem. Someone's got to solve it. I'm like, yeah,
a story. Yeah.
Like my whole life is the problem. Like it's just one big fucking problem. It's literally one just huge problem after another every day, all day.
You should combine it into days, and that can be your story. So instead of publishing every day, just like combine the video into days, and then that's your beginning, middle, and end.
I get it, but there's no end to it because most things you don't finish.
It's true.
It's like, okay, we prepped it. I should have made a video I was going to make a video today to try and continue the series. But when I showed up, the concrete guy was wearing a tank top and Crocs. So I was like, well, I probably shouldn't record this because I don't really know who's going to see this. Like, fucking guy. Did you think the conversation of me and Chris yelling at each other was funny?
Yeah, it was good. I like that.
So maybe I should record more of me just driving around. Like,
yes,
I just recorded me driving around screaming at people in the truck all day. That would probably be a viral video.
Yeah.
A whole day of just me driving in the truck. Going, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck?
That's a good thing to build that like crescendo. And then it's resolved, hopefully, eventually. And then that's the end of the video coming down.
Oh, Glenn, who I was talking to earlier. He called me. I fucking love these guys. This guy just texted me for gravel at 8:07. Like, what?
Nice.
What did you think was gonna fucking happen, bro? Like, what's the availability to get gravel first thing tomorrow morning? 0. Like, literally fucking 0. Like, there's no availability. It's like 8 fucking 10. Like, actually, you know what? In this guy's defense, so I would say that 9 times out of 10, I come through with the gravel for him. So it just, someone texted me this week looking to book trucks on Friday, and I was like, "Who the fuck are you? Fuck are you thinking? I'm booking a truck on a Tuesday for a Friday. You fucking crazy? You need a truck on a Friday? You book that bitch at 6 o'clock in the morning like a real man. You fucking book that thing on a Tuesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You wait till Friday morning when you don't know what the. And then you start calling around. You a fucking truck, motherfucker. You don't book that shit on Tuesday at 3 o'clock in a polite text message asking if someone is available. You just say, "Send me a truck now." Like, that's what you do. I need to develop Uber for trucks.
Ooh. I think it already exists though.
It sort of does. But it doesn't work like it works like a bag of shit, and you don't make, and there's no money to be made at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know because I was an early investor in the app,
Really?
which really probably sunk it. If they probably would have taken off if I didn't put any money in it. I gave them fair warning.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I am a early, early adapting investor, whatever you want to call it.
You're an angel investor.
Angel investor. Sure. Yeah. In a
Wow.
app called Tread that was supposed to be the Uber of trucking. Because if the taxi business is worth $1 billion in North America, like it's obviously worth more, but let's just say $1 billion. The trucking industry, like the dump truck industry in North America, is worth $10 billion. It's
Yeah.
worth 10 times the taxi industry.
So
The
where
only
did
thing
the app
that
shit
with
the bed then? Like
I
why?
think
Well, it
that
still
it's
exists.
more
It still exists. It's still developing. It could be huge tomorrow.
but like a taxi isn't like a relationship sort of service where you go for the same taxi or you have a limited number of taxis, whereas somebody looking for a dump usually has relationships in place and can call somebody with a truck, right?
It was supposed to do a bunch of other stuff for it helps people get paid, and
Right.
it does a bunch of other things, and like some of the big companies are on it, like Dufferin and Lafarge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's some big players that are using it in the States too.
Nice.
Like, it is generating income. It's just not. I'm not retiring off that income.
So does it run just like Uber does? Like, so
I don't
instead of
know.
I
I
need to ride here,
downloaded
it
it
says
because
I
it
need
was.
to load here. Like, I
I've
feel like
never.
that would be
I've
great.
never used it.
So I've used one once. It's not the same one, but it was fine. But they just broker it to somebody who I could have just called.
Yes.
So that's the thing. Like I go through the app, I do a bunch of button pushes, and I order it, and I hope it comes, or I call somebody that I know that can get
Oh,
me at the same time.
Or you text someone at 8 o'clock at night that you know,
True.
asking about availability.
Also, you can't specify like they have HPB on the app, but you can't specify. Okay, is this HPB or is this a knockoff that has those rounds in it, and they call it HPB or whatever?
Do you just now? I understand what's right here, and I understand the difference between HPB with rounds and HPB without. Do you think on the average backyard patio, it's causing an insane failure because there's some rounds in the HPB?
Insane failure?
Yeah, like I bet it makes no difference at all.
I bet it makes minimal difference. Like, yeah, like I wouldn't say it's ruining patios left and right.
Patios are just getting fucking.
Are we
knocked
talking
down.
about putting it on pea stone, or like what's the extent of the rounds? How round is round?
Everything in it is basically round.
Everything is round?
That's
Yeah,
piece.
That's trouble.
That's not pea stone. I've seen a mix. So I've seen some that are somewhat angular with rounds in it, and I've seen ones that are literally like HPB but just rounded out a little bit more.
I'd send that back.
What about 3/4 clear that has those rounds in it? The window well fill.
Yeah, it's
3/4
called.
clear. Would you guys use that for
They call
a
it
base?
drainage stone.
Yeah.
You don't
Would
even
I
have
use it
that.
as a base?
Yeah.
No.
Going off the same logic as the rounded HPB is causing minimal problems.
Well, I'm just wondering. Like, I understand that. So, I would love to do two patios side by side in the same neighborhood, and have one built out of round drainage stone with a top layer of pea gravel, with no extra drainage or emergency backlog, fucking pipes dug and grid and all this fucking shit that everyone does. And one that's built to the max, like, with the grid and the outlet pipe and all this shit, and just see how they last, just to see how much of a difference does all that stuff make. Does it make a 5-year difference? Does it make a 10-year difference? Does it make a 2-year like, I'd be interested. Just like, I'm not saying that stuff's not justified. I'm not saying I haven't done those things too, but what is the difference in the project? because the average person probably only lives in their house like 5 fucking years now. Like where you live, Mike, where you work, Mike, they die every 8 months. So like,
I haven't worked there all year.
Why do they care if there's GeoGrid in the fucking patio? It's like, what's gonna happen to this backyard patio in the 2 years that this fucker's alive? I am a huge promoter of doing all those things. I think those are smart things to do, but I would love to know if you build a patio without all that stuff on round drainage stone with round pea gravel, does it last 5 years and the other one lasts 10? Does it last 5 years and the other one lasts 20? Does it last 20 years and the other one lasts 21? Like what's the difference, I guess, would be what's interesting for me.
Be a good test to do.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of time. I'm 50. If the one of them lasts 20, I'll probably be dead. I won't have the results of the test. There's some way to make it happen faster, like age the patios in the extreme, like do like 500 rain and snow cycles, freeze thaw cycles. Like
Speaking of how long things last, I watched a YouTube video recently. It's a channel that covers small businesses and how they've grown and stuff. Pretty decent sized video or channel, and they had a hardscape company on, and the guy talked about how he has a 15-year warranty, and his business is all subcontractor now.
Do you mean he hires subs to do all his work and he still has a 15-year warranty?
Yep.
I think that's a bad idea, but whatever. Obviously, he's getting interviewed and I'm not. So.
Yeah, but I would ask you, where is he located? Because I think having a 15
northern state.
Okay, that's troublesome. But if you have a 15-year warranty in Arizona, who fucking cares? Like, what happens in Arizona? There's no freeze thaw cycle. There's no fucking. I mean, if there's some kind of tornado or something, the whole thing blows away. Sandstorm. Like, I just.
What's the polysand warranty?
On tornadoes.
This polysand failed because of a tornado. That's what I would say about a 15-year warranty.
I haven't heard of a 15-year warranty yet.
Well, yeah, I had never heard of a cash rebate before this year either, so putting it out there. I had never heard of a cash rebate either, so
no.
That seems extreme to me, but props to him for thinking he's still going to be alive and in business in 15 years.
He's younger.
I would hope his warranty. He's offering a warranty longer than his business has ever been in business.
Yeah.
He's a 5-year business guy and he wants to give a 15-year warranty on top of that. I don't.
Do you think that the legacy of that policy? So there's two things that he needs to count on: the fact that people move frequently, and it should be only original purchaser that he's warrantying it for, right?
Yeah.
Or he needs to just count on the fact that people just won't call. They'll accept. Like, there's no way that any patio goes 15 years without some kind of problem.
Yeah.
Like the polysand needs to be redone, or it needs to be power washed and cleaned. I don't know. Like, you'd have to be really specific about what you're warranting.
But polysand has a 15-year warranty on it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Till the rep shows up. Then it was a 15-minute warranty.
Yeah.
Tailgate warranty.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Especially with all the things that you did wrong. So it seems like a dangerous game, but maybe people move a lot where he's from.
Yeah, I'm sure that's 15-year limited warranty on polysand.
Limited being that.
I wonder what the fine print on that is.
No, I'm sure that it can't be near a tree. You have to have pre-compacted 7 times and have a video of it.
They listen to our podcast to revisit what they need to add to
Please see the Not That Fine Alice on our podcast. What are the questions, Mike? I'm pumped about questions today.
Questions. All right, let me get into them here.